16-year-old Masha Konnova disappeared on the evening of June 28, 2017, while on her way to visit relatives. Soon, a large-scale search began, involving hundreds of volunteers and lasting over a week. She was finally found on July 6th, but not the way anyone had hoped. Maria Konnova was born on July 13, 2000, in Magnitogorsk. She grew up in an ordinary family, no different from thousands of others. Her early years were happy and carefree, but everything changed in 2013 when her mother passed away. For 13-year-old Masha, this tragedy was a turning point. Her childhood ended that day. Her father tried his best to fill the void with care and affection, but Masha's heart, wounded by the loss of the closest person in her life, closed off. She retreated into herself and her grief. Smart, capable, but somehow detached, as if she was always lost in her own thoughts, her teachers recalled. Her stepmother eventually remarried, but her stepmother couldn't find a way to connect with the girl either. During that time, Masha's social media pages were filled with dark images and heartbreaking quotes about longing and loneliness. Masha was very sensitive and cried often, a classmate remembers. To others, she seemed tough. She could be blunt or even hurtful, but inside, she remained soft and vulnerable. At school number 62, she was known as a loner, though she had two close friends with whom she shared everything. In 2016, a ray of hope appeared. 15-year-old Masha fell in love with a classmate. Love, as they say, is a powerful force that can heal even the deepest wounds. They started dating, and Masha slowly began to embrace life again. But fate was cruel. In early summer 2017, the boy broke up with her. This was a second catastrophe for Masha. Her fragile world, which had just begun to rebuild, collapsed again. She still loved him, which meant she continued to suffer. Her father noticed her depression despite her passing her exams. He tried to support her, but teenage heartbreak is a private hell. Her friends knew more. Masha was devastated. She couldn't forget him. She was insanely in love, they recalled. In this absolute vulnerability, when her soul was torn by the loss of her mother and the fresh wound of betrayal, 18-year-old Vladimir Sharov crossed her path. But this is a different, much darker story. A story of how a desperate attempt to escape emotional pain led a schoolgirl into a trap with no exit. Vladimir Sharov was also a native of Magnitogorsk, but that's where the similarities ended. He grew up in a dysfunctional family where prison time was almost a tradition. His two older brothers were already serving time in high-security colonies for serious crimes. To Vladimir, concepts like compassion and the value of human life were meaningless. His world was built on brute force and primitive instincts. Education meant nothing to him. He barely finished 9th grade and showed no interest in technical college. His mental horizon was limited to finding easy money or getting a girl into bed. He spent his time racing his motorcycle or playing World of Tanks. But worst of all was his aggression. He had a history of fights and an accusation of sexual assault that had previously gone nowhere due to lack of evidence. Vladimir messaged Masha on social media. For him, she was just prey, an object of a sick obsession. Masha, however, saw through him quickly. She told her friends he was uninteresting and limited. Honestly, she even called him stupid, a friend recalled. After 2 dates, she realized she wanted nothing to do with him. Sharov realized he wouldn't win her over. Her rejection only fueled his sense of entitlement. He needed a pretext to lure her to his den. He chose a party. The plan was simple. Wait until his parents were away, host a noisy gathering, invite Masha, and then get her alone. "I'll come, but I won't stay long," Masha messaged him on June 28th. Masha lied to her parents, saying she was visiting relatives. She had no idea she was walking straight into a trap set by a monster. The party started normally, 9 people, drinking, dancing to loud music. Masha kept her distance, smiling politely, but ignoring Vladimir. By 10 p.m., guests began to leave. Masha got ready to go, but Vladimir stopped her. "Wait, I'll walk you home myself," he insisted. When the door closed, a sinister silence fell. Vladimir's behavior changed instantly. He tried to grab her. She pushed him away with disgust. Her words of contempt stung his ego more than her rejections. The monster awoke. Neighbors later recalled hearing screams. "She screamed that she would put him in jail," one witness said. But then everything went quiet. Masha was dead. Sharov had raped her, and when she threatened him, he strangled her. Then he took an axe from the pantry, spread old linoleum on the floor, and spent the next hour dismembering the body. Under the cover of night, he took the bags to remote areas of Magnitogorsk and hid them. Returning home on the morning of June 29th, Sharov cleaned the apartment before his parents returned. Knowing the police would come, he created a fake alibi. He filmed himself in bed, pretending to be deathly ill. "I'm dying, I can't move, fever 39.1, he said into the camera with puppy dog eyes. The theater worked briefly, but police work isn't based on social media posts. Investigators quickly learned Masha had gone to a party at Sharov's. He was the last person seen with her. When detectives arrived at his house, they immediately saw through his flu. After hours of interrogation, his act crumbled. He confessed and led them to the bags on July 6th. The trial lasted over a year. The evidence was overwhelming: witness statements, forensic reports, and his own flu video. Throughout the process, Sharov remained calm, only hiding his face when cameras appeared. Despite his defense's pleas about his difficult childhood, the prosecution insisted on the maximum sentence. On August 7, 2018, he was sentenced to 14 years in a high-security colony.